Alright, so this is a video that I want to make talking about something that I should have talked about since season 3. I mean, this is something that I should have talked about long time ago, bruh. I've been dealing with a lot of this other information and meditating and all that. I never really brought myself down like, okay, let me mention this. It ain't got much to do with nothing what people consider spiritual and all that. But let me go into this, right? Because I think I'm at a perfect point in my life where I could look back at all of these people that I met, people around here, all type of shit, that I done gave them a piece of something, and then these niggas decided one day to give me a piece of their mind and they never talked to me again. And I was disrespected. Now let me tell you one thing about me. First thing is that the only way that I was even able to get the time, pardon me, the only way that I was even able to get this information is through time. I had to have the time to come across these things. Okay? If you a blessed person, or if that God or angels is trying to show you something, if for the majority of the 24 hours you don't have no time, let's say you have 6 hours a day to yourself. Well, guess what? For every 24 hours, every single day on this planet, you only got 6 hours to come across synchronicities and things that's ultimately on your divine path. Things dealing with your DNA, your ancestors trying to show you. Why? Because the whole other 18 hours of the day, you at work, doing all of this extra stuff, or you at college learning about all this extra nonsense, this wicked ass information that's stupid. Right? The first thing about me is before I even got this information, I had time. How did I get time? I wasn't even thinking about all of this shit was gonna happen to me. I dropped out of school when I was 14 years old. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. Nobody else dropped out in this whole city. Motherfucker, I was the only nigga that actually stopped going to school. I stopped coming. I wasn't in the hallway smoking weed. I wasn't showing up late for show. I wasn't trying to be cool. I wasn't walking out the classroom. I was not attending classes. Not one of them. Nigga, there's times where I used to go to school, and nigga, the fastest I ever went to school and left was 10 minutes. I went to school, I was not feeling the shit, and then and 10 minutes later, I walked right out, went right all the way forward, walked to go get the bus and went home. You feel me? Like, dude, I could not stand school, and I could not stand work. Do you want to know the main thing? It's just a simple sentence. As a child, as a teenager, about what I was thinking about work, and what I was thinking about school specifically. I ain't never worked a day in my life, so we talking about school. I'm in high school now, 9th grade. And I'm 14 years old going on 15. I'm turning 15. I'm thinking to myself, you know something? I've been doing this shit for too long. That this is going on 10 years that I've been waking up and going to this stupid ass place. 10 years. From when I was 4 years old to 14 turning 15 years old. And it hit me common sense. I'm supposed to be so intelligent. I've been in advanced courses before. I'm the one that's doing so well. It hit me. It hit me not like when you, oh shit, I know how to solve this problem, and you know you get an A on the test. It didn't hit me like that. It hit me like, wow, it's time for me to go. I've been here for a very long time. It hit me. Time started to settle in. Right? I caught the concept of time. My mind started to comprehend the fact that yes, all of them summer, semester, that happened about 10 times in my whole life. I started to think about what it was like before I went to school and how much time I had. I started to realize that I learned how to play the piano, the ukulele, the drums. I learned how to fucking do memory games and stuff. I learned how to do all of my talents from the ages of 2 to 4 years old. Then I sat down and thought to myself, look at how much shit that I ain't been learning to do from 5 to 15 years old. And then look at how much shit that I can't even do the same way I was able to do when I was 3. And at a 15-year-old boy with dick and balls and pubes, it settled in like, yo, wait a minute, hold up. Nigga, I ain't shit. I started to realize I ain't shit. And as intelligent as I was, my mom probably could whoop my ass in every board game that I've been beating her with since I was 3, right? All type of shit. I started to realize that I turned into nothing. A depressed, empty, low hormone, low testosterone having ass bitch ass pussy who wake up every single morning and splash cold water on my bitch ass face to go to this stupid ass school, wait for the bus and do all of this shit and go through all the shit, niggas talking shit, you got roast niggas and all this extra foolishness that come with being in late middle school and high school. And you know what I decided to do? I stopped going to school. It was just that simple. I just stopped going to school. One day I woke up, right? And something told me, you know what, nigga? Do not step your toenail out of the house, right? And I was contemplating it. This is the first time I ever skipped school in my life. This was back like what? This was November 2014. This was a little bit before Thanksgiving, right? I'm 14 years old at this time. Something told me, you better not. It was like a demon was inside of me. It was like a person was inside of me and they was angry. They was vexed. And they was like, motherfucker, yeah, I'm here now. Do not step your toenail out of this house. And guess what happened? The pressure wasn't on me that I was scared of going to juvie. I wasn't scared of nothing. This was like a conscience, like a sense. It was like consciousness was like, no, we aware of this shit now. You ain't going to school again. I felt like when Dobby came and told Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts School, Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's exactly how I felt. It was that same type of scenario. And then I decided, hold up, I feel a little uncomfortable going to school. So first, it's like reverse of what people usually go through. I started to feel uncomfortable about when it came to going to school, right? And then after enough times of this happening, this voice that's like inside of my head telling me, bitch, you better not go. It got to a point to where it was a week, 2 weeks not being in school. Then it got to a point where I would come one day and not for the rest of the week. And then one day that week and not for the rest of the week. One day and not for the rest of the week. Into January and February. And they got to a point to where there was a whole gap between February and one of the last days in June where I went. The only reason why I went is because I had gotten in trouble and the niggas were trying to tell me they had to give me a parole officer and I was going to end up going to juvie and all type of shit. And I still didn't give a fuck, right? So I had to finesse a whole lot of stuff, but long story short, I did not end up going back to no physical school or nothing like that. That was the end of that. But I had finessed something so I didn't end up getting in trouble to that extent because I was like, no, I'm not going back, nigga. I already changed my whole brain and how my situation is operating, right? Now, what I'm going to tell you is that being the fact that I was in school for the majority of my life, I'm about to be 20 years old now. That was the most important and defining moment in my whole life. That was the hardest thing for me to do, and it was the most stressful and strange, but yet free thing that I ever went through in my whole life in those couple of months. I changed my whole life by making one decision. That day, that morning, when I told myself, do not go to school. And all of them children got up and they went to school in the school buses, at the bus station, all of that. I made a decision not to go to school because it's not good for me and I'm not learning anything there because it's fuck shit. It's not beneficial for me and it's hurt me and I'm damn near ready to kill myself. That's what it was like when I was 14. I decided I'm not going to school no more. Now, fast forward 6 years, 5 years later, here I am on the internet with all of this shit that I've been through, meditating, going into other world, talking about Jehovah. I'm doing things that I couldn't even perceive somebody be able to do back when I was 14. I'm doing things now and experiencing things now and dealing with things now that I never ever thought could happen to me. This is why I always tell people, it's not our abilities that define us, it is our choices. Because with every choice comes a thought. You have to think about doing something before you do it. And anything that you think about doing, you're seeing it because you're seeing yourself already doing it in the fourth dimension. AKA like a vision. Like when Elliot Rodgers shot up all of them people. It was premeditated. He contemplated that. So basically, if you was using an astral body in that area around the time, you would have seen him do it in the fourth dimension before he actually said, okay, I'm done thinking about it. Now I'm going to actually go and do it. That's how that thoughts work. That's how willpower work. You have to imagine yourself doing it first. Fear, demons, devils, and ignorance is what stops people from getting out of situations that's ultimately hurting them and making them want to kill themselves. I don't want to fantasize about killing myself. I don't want to fantasize or have thoughts about being depressed. Nigga, I want to go wherever the fuck I want to go. And let me tell you something. There's no way in hell you could be thinking or doing something in the fourth dimension, and then in the third dimension, it's a whole nother manifestation. If you don't dream about work, if you don't dream about school, if you focused on something else, what the hell is you doing still going to that place physically? What can you do and accomplish by doing something that you have no passion, willpower, or consciousness of? You're just there. You know how many people, and this is the main point of the video, this is just like a long ass introduction to the video. The thing is, I have came across so many people, so many bitches, and so many niggas in this world. From where I'm from, and people from other parts of the United States. And every single time that these jackass people come to me, and I'm looking like, let me tell these people something. Let me tell these people about what I'm dealing with. And I'm telling these people this shit. Like, for example, dumbass bitches and shit like that. Or people around here where I'm from. And niggas gonna see me doing something and asking me shit, right? And we in the same city. And instead of doing what I'm doing, they gonna do the complete opposite and think that we still gonna be friends in 3 months? Nigga, how the fuck can we be, how can we be friends if there's indifference? If I'm waking up whenever I want, if I'm going to sleep whenever I want, if I could do whatever I want, whenever I want, in the physical world and in the other world through thought, at any time of the day, any given day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a person can't do that, eventually that person gonna have to choose between me or the world. And if they keep leaving to do some shit that's not benefiting them or is completely different than a life like mine, there's no way in hell that I could still have contact with these people. These people not gonna want to be with me no more. And this is the ultimate reason on why I be saying I ain't trying to change people, because I ain't got no intention or expectation that people is gonna do the radical shit that I did back when I was a child/teenager. And these is grown people. I have no expectation for that. I could teach people something, they could understand it. They could look it up. They could even start teaching it to other people. But at the end of the day, if they doing something that's completely different than me, they doing something that I wouldn't do, then what use is the information? It's no use. What make me different than these other people is not that I was naturally born like this. What the fuck, nigga? I wasn't naturally born not going to school, nigga. I used to be in school till 6 o'clock. Because where I was at, they had all type of after school shit. I was not born not going to school. Nigga, I was an A student. I had my 4s and 5s. I was in the advanced courses. I had perfect attendance. I used to always wear a uniform. I guess you could say, nigga, I was on one of the elite children that was going to school. I was a good classmate. That's what most of my life is. But that's not who I am no more, because I chose to not be that. I don't work no job. I don't got no resume. I don't got no job application. I don't even have an ID. Why? Because I chose that. I chose that by being conscious and not thinking or focusing on shit like that. That is not where I want to be, because more money equal more problems. More money, more problems. There's people that always want to do their own shit. They own shit. And I be thinking to myself, what the hell this person come to me for? There's people that be trying to talk to me now that I really be honest with you, it's like a small little voice somewhere in the back of my head that's like, don't even pay this person no attention. But like I told you, who the fuck's scared to talk to people on the internet? So I'll go ahead and do it anyway, right? But like I said, with a lot of these people I dealt with in the past, bruh, these niggas be envious. It's like, you dumbass motherfucker, what you envious about? The fact that I made a choice? You really envious on the fact that I decided to make a choice for myself. I had a voice in my head that told me to don't do some bullshit. How you gonna be envious of somebody for something like that? I'm not fucking Tom Riddle or Salazar Slytherin out here speaking to snake. Like, dude, I'm an average person. I'm making these choices, and it's starting to show me that, goddamn, these choices must be the reason why Jehovah's God. These choices must be the reason why you niggas can't leave Earth, and they can't. These choices must be the reason why that white people can't even get back to Mars. Americans can't even get back, the moon. Americans can't even get back to the moon. These choices. These choices. These choices is why people got cancer. These choices is why people dying. These choices is why people got diseases. And the thing I don't understand is, how hard is it to choose to do something that you can imagine? Most people can't imagine this shit. And I'm just being honest with you. So many people done cussed me out. People hate me. People hate me. Motherfuckers like to chastise me. Motherfuckers be out here trying to damn near make me as depressed and sad as they ass is. I giving these people knowledge, like this dumbass bitch. I give this bitch knowledge, and this motherfucker trying to bring me down. Motherfucker, you can't bring me down because you just another typical on the internet. You can't even be fucking with girls. No matter of fact, females the number one motherfuckers to be doing this shit. You can give somebody information, hoping they change their life. Matter of fact, why don't you come live where I'm living at? It's a lot better over here. Oh shit, Boston is on fire type shit. And I don't mean literally. Nigga, this economy is booming. And niggas they gonna ignore me. And not do that shit because they scared. And then eventually start hating and envying me and try to bring me down. Motherfucker, you can't bring me down. I can make you die by just thinking about it. Niggas is living in my dream. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't be focusing on that type of shit. It's like, dude, it don't even matter if it's your closest friend. People always not even necessarily, I can't even say the word switch up. I can't even necessarily say the word switch up. But people always gonna do this type of shit. People love information. People love hearing what they think is going to magically make them not be in a situation no more. There's nothing I could teach you that could just warp you out of college. Now, what I'm saying to you should get you from stop thinking about. You stop thinking about, and you stop fucking dreaming about college, and your mind goes somewhere else. When you start thinking about the things that I'm saying, even if I'm not even just necessarily teaching shit, and you start thinking and imagining and being conscious and aware of the things that I'm saying, you gonna start manifesting a situation where you end up quitting work. It could be a bad situation. Somebody could say some shit to you, and you're like, man, what? You know what? I quit. And it just happened like that. Then it ain't until you get home that you realize, hey, wait a minute. I ain't working no more. Maybe that happened for a reason. People brains so clogged up and all over the damn place that they don't even manifest them type of situations. These niggas' minds are so fucked up and weird that they can't even be conscious enough that they subconscious manifest a situation where they end up free of that hellish ass work that they in. Why? Because low key these people want to work. Low key these people want to work. Low key these people ain't interested in time because they never had time before. It's just like niggas around here. You give them money and you can tell they never had money before. They wasted on Jordans and Gucci belts and shit. So it's a video that I wanted to make dealing with me and the difference between me and other people and the things that I thought that I was thinking about, the things that I ended up manifesting naturally, the things I ended up doing back when I had no power. And this is something that I did when I was depressed and wanted to kill myself. There was no spirit inside of me type shit. This is something that I chose to do when I was nothing. And people can't even do it when they meditate and it's supposed to be so powerful. You got motherfuckers going. You got motherfuckers going vegan. You got motherfuckers out here smoking flowers and shit. Smoking all that lavender. Your ass still at work. Still at college. Man, get the fuck out of here.